Whoa! We are back for the 24th episode of Home Mat Advantage. I am Sam Herring, joined again by Jude Swisher, State College, Pennsylvania. How's it today, Jude?
It's going so well. And you know what? I think you're going to be joined once again by Jude Swisher for a very long time. I don't plan on leaving this show, so you're a lucky duck. Um,
Sweet.
and I mean, I assume we're probably going to have some new listeners on the show because, in the last week, we've like quadrupled our follower count. So, to all those who are new, hello, I'm Jude Swisher, and this is Sam Herring, and we do a wrestling podcast, and that's what you're here to listen to. So, if for whatever reason you're not following, our Instagram and our Twitter, it's at HMA Wrestling. We post a lot of content every single day. We have a website, www.hmawrestling.com, and we have an email. Yeah, that's right, high tech, hmatadvantage@gmail.com. Only the best here at Home Mat Advantage. Sam, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Just got back from my Scuffle trip last week.
Oh,
That was
that's
my
right.
second time covering a Southern Scuffle, and it was a fantastic
Man,
tournament. Penn State wasn't there, so the competition level was a little down, but it was still a fantastic tournament.
Sam, take a couple seconds and tell us the story of how you got to commentate matches for the Scuffle. Like, how did that start? How did that begin?
Well, are you talking about this year or last year?
Start last year, and then you can segue into this
Okay.
year.
So, like I said, this was my second time coming. 19 Southern Scuffle. I was just basically just a big fan of FRL, and I'd started to become kind of a famous question asker.
Hmm.
And so when I told the Flow guys I was going to the Scuffle, they were like, "Hey, we got to get a picture with you. Maybe get an interview on with you about just how the tournament's gonna go, your predictions, stuff like that." And I was like, "Yeah, that sounds great." And then we got a picture, and Christian Piles posted on Twitter, and said we got Sam Herring in the house or something like that. And somebody commented and said, "Put him on the mic." And there was, I mean, every tournament there's always going to be empty mats where nobody's there
Right.
commentating, and so it was like consolation round 8 or something, and he just threw the mic on me, and I just started commentating like 5 matches, and everybody on Twitter loved it, so I just kept doing it, and eventually got to do the semifinals, and yeah, that's how it happened. And then this year, it was kind of just, I was gonna do it. I kind of knew going into it that that was the plan, but um, this year I basically just ran around the arena looking for good matches on Flow Arena, the bout board and stuff, and just tried to commentate for the good matches and the big stars.
That's awesome. That's really cool. How much practice did you do? Did you do any practice at all going into it?
Zero
Were you
practice.
nervous?
Not really, not especially not this year. Like
But
I had
but
done it before,
you
but
nervous last
last
year?
year, last year a little bit. I wasn't too nervous though.
Man, that's awesome. Did you like ha- did you think you got better from last year to this year?
Definitely,
Yeah, and you
definitely.
also
I don't think I was very good at it last year.
you also commentated at Who's Number One,
Right.
so you had practice and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, from our end, right? Like, obviously, I've known you a long time, and you're super duper smart, and I know that every time you skip behind the mic, it's awesome. Um, but it was just really cool to see you know the Twitterverse and Instagram kind of realizing whoa, this kid's something special. He's kind of smart. Uh, I'm gonna go like all of Home Advantage's tweets and follow all of
Mm.
their stuff because it was kind of blown up on our end. It was really really
Definitely.
cool. It
That's
was
a shout
awesome.
out to Joe Kania.
Yeah,
He got us some shout outs on Instagram. That was nice.
yeah. And so I mean, hopefully we can keep it going and our new followers will stay and enjoy the content, and so it'll be all good. But we have kind of a very packed show for you guys today. We have a lot of questions that I really want to ask, but the bigger thing is it was the holiday season. Santa Claus came, and Scuffle in Midlands, they went down, and I think we just got to start at 125 because that's the lightest weight class, and that's where everyone else starts. And Home Ad Advantage likes being just like everyone else. That's our motto. That's our catchphrase. Okay, Sam, 125. We had Nick Piccinini. He kind of blew everybody up except for Sam Latona. And Spencer Lee's not there. What? That was just like the big headlines, I think. Sam, what are your thoughts on 125?
To be honest, I didn't think Pitch looked very good. I didn't think his neutral looked very good. I think he got challenged by a number of different people. I just didn't think he was optimized this weekend. And, I feel like he's kind of fallen off. Like this year, he took a loss to Pat Glory, who he's never lost to. Yeah. And he didn't look great to me at the Scuffle. I don't know if you have a different opinion, but, I mean, yeah, he's off. And in my opinion, he's got a ways to go before I consider him in a match with Spencer Lee.
Yeah. Do you think this is just like he's not looking like similar level to last year, or do you just think everyone else is getting better or figuring him out, or what?
Well, I know his neutral game is pretty simple to figure out, like his elbow control. You stay out of that, and you're pretty good. And then on top, he's very good with tilts, and he can go 2-on-1, he can go claw, he can go crab ride. So he's very well versed there, and that's where we saw him dominate this weekend. Was on top. He was able to pick up a number of techs because of his near fall points that he was able to acquire, and it was really impressive. Like, watching him not well on his feet, then he would come back and blow up the match on top. And for example, he was wrestling Caleb Smith, and Caleb Smith is a red shirt from Appalachian State, and he had been looking really good the whole tournament. And they shook hands. Ref started the match, and Caleb Smith ran out and started dominating neutral. Like, he was hand fighting hard, getting Piccinini to react to every little thing, and he ended up getting a takedown. Piccinini got up to his feet, and Piccinini was able to get like a close takedown later on, so it was 3-2, and then he just got to work on top, ended up getting a tech fall. Yeah. So a guy that he was kind of losing to in neutral, he was able to tech. It was pretty impressive.
I have a quick thought on Pitch is, he's known for, when he gets to the leg, he hits that corner hard. He doesn't stick around underneath, and he has quick finishes and outside singles and things like that. But something I noticed against Latona a little bit, and Warner a little bit more, was he was shooting a lot more like head-on shots. Not really giving himself opportunity for his slickness. Because Piccinini's really fast, and he's really strong, and if you can get to that corner really fast on a single leg, that's gonna, jack up your finishing percentage. So, I don't know why that was. I don't know if the guys he was wrestling maybe had more of a square stance or something like that. But I think that Piccinini he's having a little bit of a rougher season than he's used to, and he's gonna, I think, but come NCAA's, he's gonna, whatchamacallit, he's gonna figure it out. He's gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
I have a question. So, Sam Latona, from Virginia Tech, he's an Alabama kid. He's a freshman, I believe, redshirt freshman.
Yeah,
redshirt
he's
sophomore.
in redshirt.
Yeah.
He's a true freshman, I believe, in red.
Man, well, what did you think that was a takedown at the end?
So from the clips I saw, I was torn. So I was commentating on the other mat, so I was kind of like trying to commentate and look over and watch because all the action was taking place on that mat, and so when I looked over, I didn't think it was a takedown. And then going back to watch later, just rewatching it, I think it was probably a takedown, but it was so
It's okay.
close that I can't say it was a takedown, no doubt. It was definitely really close.
It was really close. Well, what kind of annoyed me was Piccinini's first takedown was like the exact same thing. He had a single leg up, he dove for the ankle, he got the far ankle for like a split second, then Latona whipped it back out again, and the ref gave him two. Well, this Latona had Piccinini's ankles touching, he fell in like a tree. And it was no two. And another thing I heard, like Piccinini was definitely like pulling him backwards. Like you could tell there was a lot of like backwards pull, like out of bounds, flee the mat maybe. I don't know. But Sam Latona is very, very, very good, and we're gonna see a lot more of him in the future. So keep an eye out. And then I guess the biggest story for Midlands was Spencer Lee is injured. I don't know. He forfeited he made it to the semis and then forfeited all the way down to sixth, which is interesting. Sam, what are your thoughts on that?
He's not injured, and I think that's pretty obvious. He's fine. It's more of a precautionary thing.
Like a
I
tech
don't know
fall.
why. I don't know why he entered the tournament itself. Like if he didn't enter, I would totally understand that. Like you just competed last weekend at the toughest tournament in the season. But he did compete, and so I was like, dang, he's on fire. Wanted to compete everywhere. He's got glory, and then Mueller had to back out, but he was in the bracket to start. And not there, no, he was gonna sign up, but he did, and he competed up until the semis. Semis slide, forfeits.
But
I
really his knee.
What?
Do you think it was his knee?
No.
What do you think?
Again, I don't think he's hurt at all.
You just think he's just needs a break? I mean, like
precautionary, staying out of competition, keeping him on a pitch count, but at the same time keeping like All-American status for Midlands. It's helpful. Those wins that he got is gonna help him in the long run. I think that's what the brands were looking for, was like he got 3 wins. He was looking for those 3 wins, and then precautionary. Once you got like a tough guy that hurt, you could have to like wrestle the full match with forfeit out.
Yeah, and you also you want points for your team.
I don't necessarily think it.
Like that.
Right. Yeah. And I just I think he's good. I don't know how much I agree with what they did, but who am I to argue with Tom Brands?
Yeah. Right. Sam, do you have any other thoughts from 125? D'Agostino?
Not really. I mean, D'Agostino is looking amazing. He really pushed Seabass, and I think that kind of seals the deal for. Or he didn't push Seabass. He pushed Pat Glory.
Yeah.
And I think that seals the deal for Seabass.
Staying up.
Got a little tongue twist there.
Yeah, it's okay. It happens to all of us. I mean, Northwestern is definitely, they're looking really, really good. Their lightweights are looking really, really, really tight. So, we'll just keep an eye on them, and hopefully some good things can come out of Chicago. Okay. 133. Probably got to pick this up because we have 9 more weights to go. Well, it was at Midlands. It was probably the toughest weight class. They had Seth Gross, the number 2, DeSanto, the number 1, and Seabass was like, what was he ranked? Was he 3? Was he top? Yes. He's top 10. Yeah.
So 3.
Well, they had the 1, 2, 3, and nobody knew what was going to happen because I don't know. It was crazy. So Austin Santo got the 1, and Sebastian got the 3. Seth Gross got the 2. They hit in the semifinals, and it was a excellent match. It was really good. Man, Sam, do you think that was the right call at the end between Seth Gross and Sebastian Rivera?
I got so confused. I was so lost on what was going on. I don't. I'm gonna have to go back, rewatch that match, and score it my own. I still think Seth Gross would have come out on top. I think he was able to hang on top, and that was what held it. But the stalling count was so confusing. Like he got to 12 and then was like stalling, and 1 point. It was so weird.
Yeah,
I didn't get it at all.
Man, it was a goofy match, but dude, everything about that was really fun. Like I'm a big Sebastian Rivera fan, because he just kind of lets it fly, and also he looks very big. He looks really, really big, especially next to like Seth Gross. He looks real big. His legs are thick, dude, thick bass. So, I think the biggest thing for me, from this tournament is Sebastian, Austin, and Seth. They're all so close to each other. They're so close.
Yeah. The game plan implement from Rivera was really cool. The low double that he kept hitting was working on Seth Gross every time. Like, I think 6 of his 7 points were literally off of that low double.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's smart because Seth Gross has some excellent tertiary defense from his feet, and he's able to get himself out of a lot of sticky situations. And it's kind of like what Zayn did against Yanni this year in Final X. His game plan was pretty much the same, right? Eliminate the scramble, get quick 2. I don't know. Continue. What are your thoughts?
I just it's kind of separate, but I just hope Rivera's all right. I didn't really see. Did you see his third place match with Piotrowski?
I did not. I did not see that.
I missed it too.
It was an injury default, apparently.
Yeah. So it wasn't a medical forfeit. He was losing 5-3 at the time, and apparently he got hurt. But he got taken down. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to go back and rewatch that. I hope he's all right.
Yeah. We're going to see Travis Piotrowski versus RBY on Friday. That's going to be cool. No, maybe Sunday. Fun. I don't remember. Northwestern and the Illinois duels are
Penn State are going to do
it. This weekend, so that'll be exciting. Okay. Sam, do you have any thoughts on Austin DeSanto versus Seth Gross, the second 2.0? I think Seth looked Gross like he had
is so savvy.
Yeah, I think he had, the first time you wrestled DeSanto, it's like, whoa, what's going on? But then the second time, he made those adjustments.
He still looked a little. No, I think he still looked a little. Whoa, what's going on in that match? Like, the only thing he really got on DeSanto is that 4-point cradle, and when you jump up 4 points, it's really hard to come back, especially if you're a guy like Austin DeSanto, where you're gonna have to get 4 takedowns to come back from that.
Yeah.
And with a savvy guy like Seth Gross, that's gonna be almost impossible. So I think Austin DeSanto is really the guy that came out of that one and looked the best. But Austin DeSanto did look good as well.
Yeah, I think
Seth Gross did look good as well. I mean,
think about him from the duel to here. I think he made some big adjustments. He didn't let Austin continue hitting that exact same shot over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? I think Gross made some big adjustments and was able to come on top. And I don't know, the end. He was holding on for the win, and Austin pretty nearly got him. But I think that's the nature of this matchup. It's just going to be close, Both of them are just extremely high level athletes, and I don't think it's ever going to be a blowout for this ever. Hey, this kind of reminds me of one of our questions we had this week was from Julius Whetstone. He said, if it comes down to Gross and DeSanto, at the NCAA finals this year at 133. I think Gross wins another title. What do you guys think? Sam, do you think that Gross can hold off DeSanto for 3 more months?
Man, it's hard. They're gonna have two more matches. Yeah, that's it's really tough. I think I'm gonna put Gross in their next match, but to pick 2 matches ahead, really 3.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say Gross hangs on, but I don't feel confident about it. I think it's gonna be a match kind of like Midlands, where it's just savvy Gross hanging on for the win, and DeSanto's just coming at him, and it's a little bit controversial. Probably what's gonna happen.
Probably. And the thing is, like, Austin DeSanto is a very driven individual, and if he really wants to win something, he's gonna work harder than ever before. So, I think Austin DeSanto is not happy with his Midlands performance, and he's probably working the hardest he's ever worked in his life to come catch Seth Gross. So, I don't know. He's a driven individual, and I think this is it'll be hard to keep that kind of guy off your tail for 2 whole matches. So, who knows?
Definitely.
Who knows? Okay. Do you want to shoot? We spent a lot of time.
To the scuffle on 33. There's not much to take away other than Sammy Alvarez from Rutgers. He just looked amazing. True freshman, just fantastic. He was able to beat Philippi. And he looked great doing it. So impressive from him.
What do you think about Philippi? He had a really close one with Kraft, and then lost another close one to Alvarez. It seems like he's kind of, I don't know. I mean, he beat Dayton Fix last year, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah. I feel like he looked a little off, but also you have to remember. I mean, Whitcraft and Alvarez looked great this weekend. Now I don't know what happened to Whitcraft after he lost. I'm looking at the consolation of that bracket now. I didn't know he didn't place. But he really, see, the thing about Woodcraft is he is a big upper body guy who can really throw you. So I think Philippi was wrestling a smart match, because if you attack him too hard, you could get tossed.
Right.
And,
sometimes it's just better. It's just better match strategy to like secure the decision and not do anything stupid that's gonna get you thrown to your back. So.
Right.
Man. So yeah, Alvarez. He's this story coming out. I thought Sakura looked good too. Cam Sakura. I mean, like a tech fall in the semifinals of Southern Scuffle is kind of that's kind of a big deal.
He is so good on top. His tilts just open matches up.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's interesting because you don't see that as much, like just guys being so good on top. And I wonder why. I wonder what it takes to be really great on top. Okay. Let's go to 141. And dude, Real Woods, he looked awesome. He looked really great.
He did.
Man, him against G Feller.
I don't contender this year, sure. Yeah, he looked great. Now, that's a guy that I don't think looked good at all. G Feller looked dead in every single one of his matches. Yeah,
even against Shoop. Even against Shoop, like that neutral, that first period was like molasses. Watching molasses dry.
Yeah, and like from his first match, he was not looking very good. Like his match 7-2 over Martinone was just dragging on, and then Sparacio 6-3. I mean, Sparacio is a tough dude, but I mean, what we've seen out of G Feller in the past, that wasn't him.
Do you think
and
it's
it might be the cut? Like,
yeah,
he's coming down a weight class from last year at his first tournament back, a multiple day weigh-in. Like, that is tough, but yeah, it didn't look like he bounced back well. He can still be a 4-time Scuffle champ, though.
I can't. Can he? Oh yeah, he can. Okay then. Let's see. But dude, Real Woods, his ride on top in that first period after he got that takedown, that was tough. And he kept doing the same thing. When G Feller came up to his feet, he'd reach across for that far ankle, just drag him down. It was awesome, dude. Real Woods is certainly a title contender. And I mean, like,
that's another thing about Real Woods is his top game is mad game, especially like he gets out on bottom, no questions asked, and on top he's turning guys, riding them out. Really rare for a freshman. And the whole Stanford crew, Abbas, Griffith, who we'll get to later, they all looked amazing on the mat, and it looked like they've been putting a lot of effort into that.
Yeah, it's a good thing for Stanford to, they're developing some real good guys, All-American contenders, stuff like that. And I think
if you want to hear more on Stanford's development, go to HMA Wrestling's Instagram page and look at our interview with Stanford coach Nate Engel.
That's awesome.
Shameless
plug
for that.
Oh, what was I gonna say about Real Woods? Oh yeah, I mean, didn't he have he had an overtime match with Luke Pletcher, in the duel, like the first match of the season. Like, I don't know, even right out the gate, he's keeping it. He's right there with Luke Pletcher, who has looked on another level, for the most part this season. So, I don't know, just a thought. Real Woods is coming. What do you think about Max Mirren? It says you have something that looks kind of absurd, written here in this doc.
In the doc, I think
I don't think it's that
Max
absurd.
Mirren is looking too. He's looking, in my opinion, Max Mirren is looking too good to be to have Ironman pull his red shirt.
I think you're right. I don't think I don't think he's gonna pull it anyway. Yeah. I think it's
it's definitely in the conversation.
Well, of course it is.
It's up there. It's kind of 50-50 right now. Like they really might do it.
But I mean, like, you have a guy that is a guaranteed 20 points at NCAA's. That might be really useful in the team race. But I mean, yeah, if Max Mirren is looking really, really great, then why pull Ironman? So, I mean, continue. I kind of cut you off there.
No. I'm with you. I don't think they will, but it's definitely been a huge consideration for them. But again, Mirren kind of, the way he's been looking, kind of eliminated that.
Yeah.
His shoulder looks pretty banged out. I just hope that's all right too.
Yeah. I mean, they wrestle really, really hard. Like, I mean, like, the college season is very long, and it's kind of a miracle if you can get through it without, getting a little dinged up. So, he's probably okay. I mean, he was able to get wins over Shakur Laney and Dylan Duncan. And I believe it's Dylan Duncan. Yeah, and Josh Heil, and I thought Heil looked pretty good, actually, beating Moran.
He did.
Dude, remember when Moran beat Nick Lee? I
do remember that. That
was Moran actually.
Very long ago.
I don't know, dude. Moran's kind of funny to me. I don't know. He have wins over Nick Lee and then take some bad losses. Did he even All-American last year? Did Tristan Moran AA?
I don't think so. I'll look it up.
I think he lost in blood round or something like that. I thought he was close, but no cigar. I don't know. Okay. I'm going to move on to 149 while you look up that Tristan Moran trivia. And 149, I think it's Pat Lugo. He beat number 1 Austin O'Connor, and he's a title contender for real this time.
I don't think he All-American.
Yeah, I think I was. I knew that. I had that up there.
3-2 lost first round.
Oh, well, that's tough.
To Max Mirren.
Whoa, it comes full circle, all the way back to Max. Well, I mean, so back to 149. Yeah, Pat Lugo did the dang thing, beat Austin O'Connor, who was kind of the the upper echelon of 149 pounders. But man,
Well,
I think
yeah, he was number one.
yeah, I think I think Pat Lugo is an NCAA title contender for real this time. This time. Sam, what are your thoughts on Pat Lugo's
Oh, for
performance
sure,
at
for
Midlands?
sure. I think he looked amazing. Was able to just pick apart O'Connor, and all the way up to those finals, he looked amazing. Um, the thing about Lugo or O'Connor, he's just gotten back. Like this was his first test, had three in a row. It just didn't look like he was ready for this kind of tournament. I think Pat Lugo's in the title contender for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I just yeah, I don't know. I think there are other guys to contend. What's so funny?
Right. Nothing. We'll get to it when we get to 157. And then okay, at the Scuffle, we had, Abbas and Alirez kind of come out of left field and kind of blow this apart. Well, it started off with Boo Llewellyn didn't pass the skin check. He had a big old ringworm right on his forehead.
Did he not?
And
I was wondering why he wasn't there.
yeah, I don't know if he had a ringworm or not, but it would probably looked so gross that they're like, is that a third eyeball or is it a skin infection?
We do not need that.
So Llewellyn, yeah, didn't pass the skin check. At least that's what Cliff Fretwell was saying, I believe, or Mike Mahler. So one of the commentators was saying it, but so it kind of shook up the bracket already. Boo Llewellyn was looking really good this year, and I mean, he probably could have come through and won this. But unseeded Jaden Abbas makes it to the finals and beats Andrew Alirez. Dude, Stanford has the sauce. Stanford's
Yes, they do.
They're looking real good. They're looking real good.
Definitely.
What do you attribute to that, Sam?
Very good. Good question. Hard work, dedication.
I think you're right, dude. Hey, I can throw in another question here, super duper quick. So Mark Fitzgerald asks us. Also, hey, if you guys didn't know, you ask us questions through Twitter, but we also did an Instagram post in which you could reply to the Instagram post, but nobody did it. Even though it got 300 likes, not a single question was asked. So guys, make sure you're asking our questions, giving us questions when we ask for questions.
We got a Facebook question too.
What?
How about that? Yeah.
That's absurd. Well, let me ask this question. Mark Fitzgerald asks, what are the most impressive performances you saw at the Scuffle? Abbas, oh my gosh, there's too many A names. Abbas, Alirez, or Alvarez? Only A names. Sam,
we're only limited to that.
Only A names. I thought.
Are we?
Abbas looked really good.
Okay.
My vote's on Abbas.
I'm thinking Abbas. He just DMP'd at a tournament earlier this season. He came. Almost, I don't know, he was really good in high school, but to be this good and win Scuffle and beat Alirez, that was, so to me it's down to two guys, and that is Abbas and the West Virginia 97. Man, what's his name?
I'll look him up. I'm right here.
I'm looking it up now. West Virginia 97. He pinned Nathan Traxler.
Noah Adams.
Man.
Adams.
Yes, Noah Adams. He looked amazing. All weekend. I never got to commentate for him.
That's a bummer.
It's kind of sad. I didn't expect him to be so good. So.
Yeah. Well, now you know.
Now
Better
I know.
luck next time, Sam.
Next time I will find him.
Okay. We got to step on it. Because we got, 5 more weights and...
Good, Matt.
And questions.
Yeah.
Okay. I think the upper weights will go a little faster, but
Yeah, that will. Sure.
157, I had put in Hayden Hidley, maybe next topic, and Sam Herring said he may not be next topic, and then he just took it completely out and put ain't next topic, and that's why I laughed back when we were doing that. So now you guys know. Dude, he looked very good this year, or at Scuffle. He was crisp. He was firing on all cylinders. I mean, Jesse Delvecchia is good, dude. He's real good. He shouldn't get 10-0'd. That's kind of a lot.
I don't know. That's kind of what I expected. I don't think he looked that great. I think he snuck out a lot of matches with some top work that guys were unexpected. That crab ride is now. I think. Yeah, I don't think he's. I think that's what I expected from Hayden Hidley.
Dude, I'm so high on Hayden. Did you know that the Hidleys are like 45 minutes from State College in like Lewistown? That's where they live.
Next to you. They live next to you. Yeah.
Next door neighbors, me and Hayden. We trained at Ken Shirtow's together a whole lot, actually, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Did you wrestle?
No, my dad did. My dad wrestled him one time.
That's cool.
Because my dad was a coach.
You know why Hayden Hidley is not next topic, Jude?
Why, Sam?
Because there's a young man in Chicago, Illinois, named Ryan Deacon.
Ryan Deacon. I thought you were going to say Caleb Young. And I was like, dude, what are you talking about?
No, he does not live in Chicago, Illinois. But he just beat Hayden Hidley 6-2 and dominated. I mean, got 2 takedowns on Hayden Hidley.
Yeah,
Hayden had nothing.
Jason Nolf didn't get 2 takedowns on Hayden Hidley last year. I don't know. I mean, like, Deacon was on a whole nother level. That was crazy.
No,
I have a question.
Maybe Hayden Hidley will win this year, but he's not next topic.
Sam, I think I missed something.
He ain't next topic.
I think I'm a bad wrestling podcaster. Where was Ryan Deacon at Midlands? What happened?
Not there. I don't know. He was signed up. I think he was signed up, but probably dinged up a little bit.
Yeah. I have a question. Did he wrestle Caleb Young at this year already? What tournament was that at? The
this year,
Vegas.
You said?
Yeah. Did he wrestle
No.
Caleb Young this year? At Vegas?
No. I didn't go. I did not go.
Okay. Well, even though Caleb Young won, I'm not that. I'm legally not allowed to be high on Caleb Young because he's from Iowa, and I'm from State College. Okay.
Guess what? I can.
I think at the end of the day, I think I'm going to take Hidley to win NCAAs. I'm calling it right now. Maybe we should do a show where we just talk about
You're lame.
our NCAA picks.
You're lame.
Okay, that's who I'm picking now. Boom,
Okay.
signed, sealed, delivered. Okay, we gotta go a little bit faster, maybe a lot bit faster. 165 pounds.
You don't say outlandish stuff like that.
And then move on.
We will go quicker. Yeah.
Okay.
If you don't say crazy stuff like that, we won't have to argue.
That's true. I gotta mix it up. We can't just be agreeing all the time.
Cool.
Okay, 165. Shane Griffith came out on top at the Southern Scuffle over Tanner Schedule. Schedule came in ranked, I believe. He was top. Might have been 11th or something. And his first match of the season, he wrestled Vincenzo Joseph, which is a tough opener, I'd say. But Shane Griffith from Stanford.
Wait, hold on. He did?
Yeah, Schedule. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
In the duel.
He did.
Penn State Navy. He did.
He got tagged. 25? Was that?
Yeah, it was a tech fall. Yeah. So, okay, Sam remembers. Sam knows.
Now. And I saw it on WrestleStat. Shout out WrestleStat.
Shout out WrestleStat, who gave us who gave us fantasy leagues, and I just lost to Sam in another one of our drafts. I don't know if you saw that, Sam.
I have not been keeping up with that well enough.
Dude, I put Aaron Brooks and Nelson Brands on my teams. I snatched them up because they were ranked really low, and I just went into the free agency and stole them. So, gets me points.
Nice.
I'm winning. I'm actually winning
You do
matches
it
now.
right there.
I'm actually winning matches, so that's great.
We'll
All
have
right,
to
sorry.
talk about that later.
Fantasy Wrestle hour. Sam, give us your thoughts on 165 at Scuffle in Midlands, because I think my thoughts from Scuffle was it went pretty much scratch, with Griffith winning, Schedule second. Travis Whitlake kind of threw a wrench into that, coming out third.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts, Sam?
Joe Lee looked really good in that bracket. Joe Lee looked really good. Whitlake looked even better. Oregon kid. You know, I feel like Whitlake has so much potential. In high school, he just never competed at the tougher tournaments, and we knew he was really good, but just he never had those tests. So
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. Like, it's really hard to get noticed if you don't go to the Fargos, if you don't go to Super 32, if you're not blowing up really, really, really tough brackets. It's hard to get people's attention on you. So, who knows?
True.
Who knows? Do you have any other thoughts from 165? I mean, Alex Marinelli.
He's a savage. He's so good. Goodness.
You're like, oh man, Alex Marinelli.
I think he's gonna win this year.
Again? You think you're picking him again, dude? I think you picked him last year.
No, I picked Chenzo.
You're a flip-flopper.
I picked Imar Chenzo. I can't get this right. I got Imar. And then I picked Chenzo. I was like, all right, I'm done picking against Chenzo. And then he was, so maybe this is the year that he wins because I'm picking against him again.
I mean, I hope so. That would be great for the team race.
You Penn State.
I love Penn State. Okay, let's go to 174. We got to step on it.
Let's do it.
Dude, Purdue making big moves with Dylan Leidy, who's kind of looked amazing all season long. What is he ranked, Sam?
Dylan Leidy is ranked. Notice I'm saying it slow so that I have time to pull up the rankings.
I'm going to find it first.
Right. You're going to make me feel sad.
I'm going to make it feel... I got it. Dylan Leidy's number 4. Behind Jordan Cutler, Micah Klemmer, and Mark Hall. Nice. Yes.
Where is Kemmer? Where
did he go? Kemmer just...
I hope he's not hurt again. Please don't be hurt again, Mikey.
Man, I don't know what to tell you, Sam. I
don't
know
want
what
him to be hurt.
I hope he's not hurt too. Man. But Dylan Leidy looked really good. He looked good at Vegas. He looked good at Midlands. He had wins over, All-American Ben Harvey. And is Steyer an All-American?
Steyer, I don't think is an All-American though.
I think he will be. I'm calling it. I think he'll be an All-American this year. So,
shout out Lee Roper.
Yeah, Sam's a big Lee Roper fan. So now I'm a big Lee Roper fan because I listened to our Lee Roper podcast that was 2 hours long and it rocked. It was awesome.
Did you run through a wall afterwards? Because I did.
Dude, I ran right through that brick wall. And then Sam, what were your overall thoughts from 174?
Carter Starocki.
Oh, man.
He's going to be an NCAA champ one day.
Well, Willie Saylor asks us, it's March 2021. Carter Starocci, which I heard it's Starocci. Starocci.
No,
I think it's a hard O.
I don't know. It's close. I don't know. Where'd you hear that?
My Penn State, we are Penn State Instagram fan page best friend he told me it's Shirochi. So
Willie says it's Staraki, and
I
I
think
got
it's
a DM saying, like, good job commentating. You're the first guy who pronounced Staraki right now. It's like, oh, cool. I pronounced it right.
Staraki. Okay, Staraki. Well,
I don't
dude,
know.
he should just not have such a hard name, and then we wouldn't have this issue. Whatever. Willie
True.
Taylor asks us, it's March
all his
2021. Carter Staraki takes what place, Sam?
Underscore.
What place, Sam? What is Carter Staraki taking next year?
So you have to take into account all the different people there. Michael Kemmer will be back.
Cutler will be back.
Cutler will be back. I think Cutler's a senior. Is he not?
Well, yeah, he is. It says Kemmer's a senior too.
Yeah, you're right. Man, I thought the medical red shirt kept him in, but I guess it did.
No, I think he'll be back next year.
Yeah. So you got Viola, you got Romero, Ohio State. Like, he could
Mancinona
realistically win it. What did I say?
Huh?
Oh. I didn't say him. I thought you were correcting, like I said somebody's name.
Oh, yeah.
I
no,
got
Mancinona's
confused.
there
Sorry.
too. But
Anyway,
I think
yeah, gotcha.
Jude Swisher.
I think he could win it.
I think take it to the bank. Carter Staraki takes number 1 next year. Top of the heap. He's
right.
He's so mean, dude. He is so mean. I love watching him wrestle. It's exciting and it's fun. Because he's a mean jerk. He's also really mean in dodgeball, dude.
Okay.
Dude, he
cool.
He's mean. He teams up with Aaron Brooks and they just kill people.
Sounds entertaining.
It is. All right, we gotta go even faster now.
Yeah. I'm gonna say he takes first. Now we got another question from Jacob Hughley, Facebook. It said, if we Paul with Staraki this year, how does he do?
Whoa. Are you okay there, Sam?
Jude?
I'm sorry. I need you to repeat the question. You kind of got a little fuzzy there.
Okay. Jacob Hughley on Instagram. He says, let's say you replace Mark Hall. Not Instagram, Facebook. Got to give a shout out to Facebook. Let's say you replace Mark Hall with Carter Staraki this year. How would he fit into the 174-pound field? How about next year? No, we just answered next year, but we have to say this year.
I mean, I think he's better than Jordan Cutler. I think he's top 3 this year.
I say he takes 4th.
I don't know if he can beat Kemmer, though, this year. I think next year he'll be ready. Oh, my gosh.
I would say 3rd because no Mark Hall.
Say 3rd because no Mark Hall. Yes. Okay. I'm down for that.
If Mark Hall is in it, I say 4th.
Okay. Now we got to go on to 184. Taylor Luan with a interesting win over Abe Assad, who kind of came out of nowhere. Dude, 184 did not go as planned. That's for sure. With Assad and then Bronigal kind of coming out of left field there. But, I mean, I think what was interesting is Nelson Brands. Like, what's going on there, dude? Where's your champion now, Sam? That was mean.
I think he's the same as he's been all season.
With a loss to Cash Wilkie now?
Wilkie was ranked what coming into the season?
I don't know, dude. I have a question. Do you think this is going to be the definitive
10.
starter thing? Do you think Wilkie will now do you think he's going to be the starter? Are they going to still give Nelson Brands a shot? Are they going to hold him out of the lineup?
We're going back and forth, dude. That didn't prove any. The only thing that match proved was they're stinking close.
That's
Basically, It's down to whoever performs better. So far,
looks like Cash Wilkie
Nelson
performed
Brands
better.
Has performed better against other people.
Right, with wins over
like
Sammy
in duels
Colbert.
and stuff. Against each other, like they are so close. I would not, if I were a coach, I would not want this situation, especially if one kid's my son.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean,
But
he beat he beat Bronigal, he beat Nelson Brands.
yeah.
Like he had a good weekend, took third, but not like I don't think the quality of competition was great. It wasn't Sammy Colbray level, and Nelson Brands beat Sammy Colbray. So,
hmm
I don't know what to say there. I think
Yeah. There's not much. I mean, at the scuffle, it was basically just Dupre looking amazing. And you know what? I think he's been there. I think he game plan better against Hively, and I think he's been better than Bonacorsi like that. I mean, major decision 10-2. Dupre's going to be up there this season. I think he should be ranked
yeah.
higher.
Also, I think
Um,
Dupre's not Dupre. Bonacorsi's still really young, so I think
yes,
no one's
yes, he's a
really.
soft. Dude, the future of this weight's gonna be nuts. You got Hidley, you got Hunter Bolt, Lou Dupre, Nino Bonacorsi, Aaron Brooks, Abe Assad, and then maybe Staraki. Well, I guess he couldn't because of Brooks, but I mean, the future of this weight, I mean, everybody in this weight is so
It's
young. And
it's
you got Jelani
interesting
Emery,
because
who's down there from Michigan.
it's interesting because at 174, like the top 10 guys, there's only one sophomore or two sophomores.
I
So you're
know.
like, you have freshman, sophomore, junior, sophomore, junior, like lots of young guys at 184. Don't ask me why,
Oh, yeah.
but it was pretty cool. Okay, let's go to 197, Sam.
Okay. Southern Scuffle 197 was interesting as Michael Beard
To
looked
say the
really
least.
good up into his match with I mean he knocked off Nick Renan,
Nick Renan, yeah.
who has been looking great this season. Nick Renan was ranked 11? Let's see. Renan
I
was
don't know,
ranked
Sam.
13th. Or he was ranked um 11th and now he's 13. Um but yeah, I think Michael Beard looked great, and then Traxler ended up getting a lot of near fall against him, winning the match off of near fall, and then so it was basically Renan's the favorite, really. Beard knocks him off, then Beard's the favorite, then Traxler knocks him off. Now Traxler's the favorite,
And
and then
then Noah
Adams knocks off
Adams
Traxler.
comes out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
just it's a crazy bracket.
Yeah, this
And
bracket
Dakota Gear, the
Dakota
one
Gear.
seed, did bad. Yeah, so just a crazy bracket.
Who is
Beard ended up taking fourth, losing to Ryder's Liard, who I don't
yeah?
know.
Who is that? Where did he come from? He
I don't know.
knocked off
The
Cardenas, and
Ryder
then
guys look good.
yeah, I suppose so. But Lard kind
I
of
mean, they
came
ended
out
up
of
taking eighth.
Lard kind of came out of nowhere. Don't really know who he is, but
Yeah.
I mean, wins over Dakota Gear and what's his face, Michael Beard. Like
Mhm.
I think he looked good.
Yeah, impressive run for him. And
Mhm.
then at the Midlands, Warner was the heavy favorite coming into this, and then this way it was again went crazy. Aiello beat Warner 9-7, and on the other side, Bruner beats Bruck.
Who would
And
have
then
caught
Bruner
predicted
ends up
that?
winning the whole thing. So kind of a crazy tournament again. And vengeance win for Brucky knocks off Warner for the third place match.
Nice,
10-5.
man.
Really just a crazy weight throughout the whole
It's
week.
just it's just
Weekend,
190,
weekend.
197 is always like a pretty weak weight class, and those guys are always super neck and neck. So, I mean,
Yeah.
Brunner went from number 8 all the way up to number 2. So, maybe get
And
him
then
for your
of
fantasy.
heavyweight, yeah. That's cool. Fantasy league is important. Up at heavyweight, I mean, Cassiope is basically just a deal at heavyweight. Like the Scuffle heavyweight is pretty not deep at all. Grumble coming out on top with like a little controversy in his semifinal match, but really not much there.
With his
Cassiope
forward roll.
wins, but Hager gets knocked off by Stencil,
Stencil,
which
yeah.
was crazy. Stencil pinned Cassiope last season, so impressive for Cassiope to bounce back, win 5-1, and take the Midlands title. I mean, he's a real title contender this year, isn't he?
I mean, it depends if Anthony Casares here or not, or Gable Stevenson. Gable and Anthony are both. They're both here. Well, hopefully they are. But I mean, yeah, he's up there, top 3 for sure. But who knows? Who knows? Okay, Sam, it is. We have 6 minutes. We have 6 minutes to do some questions, but I think we've already done a couple. And we just had a question in right now from Twitter. Wrestling Never Dies is a Cat fan. My man, he's our question asker. We love him to death. He says, who would win 133 if no one was in Olympic red shirt?
Seth Gross.
Oh, you're still picking Seth? I think Mičić.
Basically, this Mičić.
Yeah.
Hold up, the same guy that Seth Gross beat up like 16-6.
Yeah, I think so. I
Holy
like Mičić.
Smokes.
I like Mičić because he's from
Wolverine
Serbia.
Homer.
From
Goodness.
Serbia. Yeah, I don't know who I'd pick.
All right,
it's so hard to pick someone
question.
now because we don't really know where they are on like the totem pole. So, all right, go.
We
ask
gotta
it,
save
Sam.
some of these questions for next if we can. Let's go to team that has surprised you or improved the most since last year. Stanford, Army, Purdue, all had great holiday tournaments from Dyson Gould.
Purdue. Jeez, dude, Purdue or Stanford. Stanford.
Stanford. Stanford never had a champ at the Scuffle before, and they walked out with 3.
I don't know. Purdue has maybe never won a match before. No.
Okay. Wow.
Well, yeah, it was a joke.
Shots fired.
I love Purdue. Purdue is a
J Shop.
Dude.
Goodness.
Dylan Lighty. Yeah. Purdue is looking great. So I think our consensus are Stanford and Purdue. Although someone just won. I saw on Instagram today. Someone upset Michigan. Here, let me read it. Oregon State just upset Michigan, 21-15.
Well, now, really, Oregon State?
Yeah.
With the Scuffle. I guess only a few other guys with the Scuffle, but
21-15.
I mean, Michigan's redshirting all of their guys, every single one of them. So, okay, will the show continue when you get to high school?
Interesting question.
Now I assume he's talking about me.
I'm in high school, so yeah.
We don't know yet. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. That would mean Jude is a senior in high school, so maybe not as much.
Maybe not. I know that for me, it's definitely a lot harder for me now. Now that it is school and the wrestling season, my time management skills are in a lot of practice right now. So, who knows? If we're both in high school, it might be a little crazy. But if you guys really want us to, maybe we will. I mean, we enjoy doing this. It's a lot of fun. So,
yeah, this is fun.
Man,
it might go to high school. We'll see.
We'll see.
We don't know yet. We're just doing it now for the fun of it, and if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. For now, it's going great.
Right. Okay, Sam. It is 8:58 in the good old State College, in the good old 814 State College, Pennsylvania. And it's time for us to go.
7:58. It is 7:58 in the good 901.
Yeah, Sam. For those of you who don't know, Sam lives in Tennessee. Jude Swisher lives in Pennsylvania. We're in different time zones. So our schedules are different, and it's hard to coordinate things sometimes. But we still bring it to you. Bring it right to you. So, okay. Sam Herring, I think that's a wrap for this episode. 24th, 2-4, Home Advantage Wrestling Podcast.
24 episodes strong. Yep.
Strong, dude.
And we're going to keep going. We got, 22, 23 interviews. Our site, we got Mason Beckman, Jacob Hoogley, Dyson Gould, Jude Swisher, Sam Herring, maybe Tony Rotundo soon.
Tony Rotundo.
Right near our goals.
Yeah. Huge shout
He
out
said
to
he
our
might do a write up.
Yeah, huge shout out to our sponsor, Tony Rotundo's WrestlersAndWarriors.com. He rocks. He takes photos, big, nice photos. They're right behind Sam's head there. If you would move your big old head, those photos, you see him. He takes photos for Flow Wrestling. Flow Wrestling uses his photos all the time. So go give him a lot of love. We love that kid.
And Flow Wrestling. Shout out Flow Wrestling.
Shout out to Flow Wrestling for being our big brothers in the media. So you guys rock. But we need to go.
Until next time.
Bye bye.